Hello there! We're back here again with your self-proclaimed best internet girl, Carmilla. Today we'll be continuing the part 2 of Cooking Companion. Yay! Okay. So the game. Everyone's at a down-low state, I guess. Yeah, it's storming, and our friend just went outside into oblivion. Good morning. So everyone's been pretty down now. Do you think she made it into higher ground? I believe in Maria. Me too. She'll be fine. Right, little guy? So what do we do now? Just wait? Karen, how long? It's been almost a day since she left. Natalia and Gregor looked nervous. Someone need to go look for her. We need to wait, Karen. Wait for what? Wait for the uncertainties of life. The nearest town is miles and miles away. Waiting is all we can do for now. So it could be days before she gets back. What are we supposed to eat? Mice? Karen, I'm sure Anatoly will agree, but I'll discuss next options when we get to it. Every waking thought is about food now. I never should have eaten that much. Karen's hands are involuntarily shaken. Gregor and Anatoly just nod in agreement. They don't even need her to elaborate. You're sure Maria will make it back? She promised. Everyone retreats to their areas. What do you want to do today? I think... Talk with Karen, I guess? She's the most sensible? No, she's not the most sensible. But we can be psychopaths together. And if I were to be killed by anyone... I don't want to be killed, actually. Hey, you don't have to lie to me. I know Maria's not coming back. I don't know where she came up with her being the best swimmer. I guess the only one that would know about me, Anatoly. Last summer, Anatoly would watch her swim from the shore. He could have been a lifeguard, such a good swimmer. She never went under, but if she did, he would have pulled her out easily. Why would you lie about something like that? Karen seems deep in thought. Maybe it's better to leave her alone. He closed the door softly. Oh, the mood is so sour now. I can't stop thinking about that vegetable stew. I'd be fine with the bread and jam. I'd be fine with just strawberries. Nobody else loves. I'd kill for some vegetable right now. You would too. I'm going to try to get some sleep. Good night. Night. It's sad now. Everything is sad now. You fall asleep quickly, but you only dream about desecrating a corpse. You wake in a cold sweat, in a completely different room. Oh. In a completely different room. Are they trying to eat me now? since I can't cook for them. Come on in. Karen's looking worse. Will you cook to the group for the group today? Of course, what options do I have? You take out a cutlet of meat and begin to cook it in the oven. You cook meat? Where did you get that? You ignore Karen's question. What's that smell? Gregor finally gets off the couch. Where did you... The three are looking at you, salivating. You take the charred meat out of the oven, cutting into small cutlets. Is this Maria's meat? They immediately grab some of the plate, chewing ferociously. You take a piece and immediately devour it. Do you have any more of this? You explain how the meat is stored securely hidden so you can ration better this time. I understand. Thank you. Natalie runs to a bathroom, puking in the toilet. You can hear him sobbing in a few minutes. This taste is... Gregor wanders off. Anatoly returns, looking choked up. I was too weak. Left you some of the meat. Don't fight this, Anatoly. Anatoly takes a cutlet from the plate, turning his back to the group as he devours it. It's Maria, isn't it? You can hear him crying. Finally, my focus is coming back. Going to read some of those books. Keep them occupied, okay? Karen leaves you with the men. Who do you want to talk to? Talk with Gregor? I don't think I would want to talk with Anatoly. He's too weak. Nah. Hey, thanks for cooking the meat earlier. I was nearly passing out from the hunger pangs. Even if I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy, I appreciate the vegetarian dishes you made earlier. You really respected Maria's boundaries. Thank you. Gregor is more dense than you gave him credit for. If there's extras, slip me some extra meat. Okay? Gregor will remember that. Going to see how Anatoly is doing. Later! You have the bedroom all to yourself. Where do you want to check first? You want to go underneath the floorboard? It looks suspicious. You notice a bone sticking out. Is it a human bone? Nope, chicken bone. Gross. Under the bed? You look under both of the beds. Just some dust and hair. Gross. Inside the nightstand. Oh, there's Onion there. Don't be a crybaby. It's just me. Onion. Onion. Boy. Let's just play with some of the toys in this drawer. Onion. You're far too old to be playing with any of them. You're never too old for toys. Anyways, need to attend to a secret trumpet meeting. Smell you later. Onion bounces out of the bedroom. The drawer has various children's toys in it. What's this? What is... You take the bloody newspaper with you. Okay, I'm curious to see the bloody newspaper. Do you have any... Back to the game. Hours passed. The meal gave everyone the perseverance to keep going. Eating will just make them hungrier. They're fine now, but soon they'll be begging for more. We've waited long enough. What's for dinner? You calmly explain that you want to ration the meat better this time, and there will be no dinner. Fine. I understand. I guess I'd rather eat tomorrow than more today. No arguments? Perfect. Oh. They're willing to comply with me? I guess I have the upper hand. Everyone decides to call it an early night. You fall asleep instantly tonight. You have a strange dream. You're having dinner with a blacksmith, but he's not touching his food. The only light in the room comes from the oven. He clears his throat, stroking his beard. I can forge anything, he says. Your eyes has been giving you issues lately, so you reply. Forge me a new eye then. You laugh, but then the ropes come out. He tied you to a chair with a long rope to prevent you from struggling. You rip the rope apart without even trying, so the blacksmith uses a thicker rope. No turning back now. He takes a hot poker out of the coal. Holding it in front of his face, you can see his blood and eyes watching you. He slowly brings back the poker, aiming carefully for your eye, before plunging it through your skull with a sickening crunch. The force of the blow throws you backwards a few feet. You're unable to break the ropes. You vomit all over your chest as the smell of your decimated eyes floods your nostrils. The blacksmith stands over you, spitting on your body. You wake in a cold sweat. Oh. I wanted to know more about the strange dream I've been having. And everything seems odd. You wake up to see Gregor looking out the window. He turns to you, not smiling. Take a look out the window. Do you notice anything? The flood waters have receded a little bit, but everyone is still bound to the cabin. The trail used to be completely visible. It's gone now. Good morning, big guy. Will Mary make it back? This might sound a little crazy, but every night around 2 a.m., I can hear her outside. She makes this awful gurgling noise like she's trying to get water out of her lungs. Have you heard her, Gregor? Sometimes when the breath gets faint, I think I can hear her whispering. I haven't heard anything like that. When she's whispering, it's like she's trying to tell you something, right? Yes! Oh! Sometimes hear her crying through the radio, but that's just a broadcast, right? I think we should have another piece of meat for breakfast. One step closer to Maria. That's what she would have wanted. What's gotten into you, Anatoly? Anatoly's eyes look at you, begging. Bring us another slab. Please. He clearly doesn't have the stomach for it. I can't get the taste out of my mouth. Please help me. Anatoly. Gregor looks pained at Anatoly's words. I think he's right. Please bring us more of that meat. You grab some of the meat from your secret hiding place. You cut it into squares, adding it to the boiling cauldron water. It will taste bland without any seasoning, but you need to serve it up right away. What's taking so long? Boil it faster! It looks almost done. Patience! It's finally finished. You serve the meat in bowls. Gregor drinks the broth first before swallowing it. The chunks whole, like a duck does when heating bread. And it only creates ripples in the broth using the spoon. He isn't eating. I am sorry about earlier, everyone. I don't know what overtook me. But Maria... And Anatoly begins to weep. You look over at Karen. You didn't notice her even to start to eat. There's just an empty bowl now. Karen is staring right at you. How much more meat is left? He explains how most of it has gone bad. This is the last of it. How could you be so careless again? You remember Karen's knife. You need to think fast. What the hell are we supposed to do now? I needed to save first. Save. Wait around again! This storm isn't ending! You clear your throat. Anatoly? Yes? I think tomorrow you should look for Maria. Or forage for plants outside. I think you should go tomorrow, little guy. Nobody else can identify edible plants like you. Please, Anatoly. You can swim back after a few hours. Gregor is right, Anatoly. Maybe you'll find Maria out there. I think Maria is fine by herself. She still hasn't accepted what has happened yet. She doesn't need anyone's help. But we need your help, Anatoly. That's right, Anatoly. Please help us. Please go die outside so we can eat your flesh. Let me sleep on it. Okay. No problem, little guy. Everyone shuffles off to their rooms, reading books and knitting to pass the time. You go to bed ravenous. Maria, something is approaching. Hey! Don't be a crybaby, it's just me! Onion! I'm going to be very sweet today. I'm worried about Anatoly. He's going to cave to peer pressure. Can you stop him from leaving the cabin? You don't answer, Onion. Please? Don't you trust me? You shake your head. I've got a fun fact to it for you. Did you know that leaving out an pale onion in your room absorbs bacteria? It will help prevent colds and wards off viruses. Onion. That was a lie. The fun fact to it of that myth, people actually believed it in the 1500s. How embarrassing. Who would believe that? Ha ha ha! There even was a doctor in 1919 who caused surges of people believing it. Ha ha! Anyways, you know that smells like the raw onion left in the room. You? It's been a while since you last bathed, right? You can't remember. Could smell you before I even came into the room. Onion. Yikes! So, can you stop Anatoly from leaving? I know he has cabin fever, but this is ridiculous. It will be impossible to stop Grown-Man from living. Please! I don't need another one stalking the hallways, tapping on the windows, crying through the radio. You have the sudden urge to scream. Why don't you think I've been using the mouse holes to get around? Scared to death that I'll run into her. Don't make the tattle to Cabbage about you. She can be as mean as Potato if you get on her bad side. Just kidding, she's great. Anyways, once the time comes, just tell Anatole you care about him and don't want him to leave. Even if it's for me, okay? You can't trust me. Now, if you excuse me, I need to work on some new ice skates. They're made of butter slices, so I'll get to skate around the frying pan tomorrow. Later! Okay. Your mind finally manages to forget everything that happened. You fall asleep again, still ravenous. Day 10. You have a strange dream. A fox is collecting payment in your living room. You despise him, so you put 2 dogs at the bottom of a sack, then add 6 chickens on top. This fox smiles at you and leaves. At some point in his journey, the fox will eventually open the sack, and the dog tear the fox in half. Filled with such loathing for the fox, you gave him the only things you had for food, all of those chickens. As the snow piles up outside, you begin to eat whatever you can find. Pillowcases, candles, leather. One day you wake up and you have nothing left to eat. Absolutely nothing. Just an insatiable hunger. And a few days later, you go mad and leave the cabin, completely ravenous. And the other tree looks like a child meat. Your iron teeth cut through the tree bark, tearing your gums apart by the splinters. Your mouth fills quickly with blood. Days later, a deer gallops by, the first creature in the woods to see your corpse. You wake in a cold sweat. Oh, there's no random picture this time. Something smells terrible in the living room. Someone puked in a corner. You wind it up with a rag to save the embarrassment. Good morning. Good morning, little guy. Well, Anatoly, what's your decision? I barely slept last night. Her whispers came through one of the holes in the floor. She kept telling me to come upside. We don't want to rush you, but one of us puked last night. So that's what that smells was? And it's only... My patience is very thin. You have 1 hour to make a decision. Why so quickly? Because I'm not waiting any longer. You can see the cleaning of Karen's knife under her dress. Best to watch out for that knife. The group disperses. Tension seems to be rising. You have 1 hour to kill. What do you want to do? I have 1 hour to kill. Exactly. Talk with the jump pads. I'm not having none of this bullshit. So I'm gonna talk with the creature that's the most nonsensible I have. None of the fun trumpets are around. Thankfully, Potato has kept hidden this entire time. And nothing we can call our own but death. And that small model of the barren earth, which serves as a base and cover for our bones, Oh, sorry. Didn't see you creeping up behind me. I was reciting my favorite line from William Shakespeare. Do you know which play it was from? It wasn't the one with the weird sisters. You take a wild guess. That's right. The Life and Death of a King Richard II. Before I came to this cabin, I used to read all of the classics. Why did I stop? I can't turn the page with just my tongue. Hell, I can't even nudge a book off the bookshelves. Pathetic, right? You nod. Yeah, I've been watching your progress so far, and I must say, very strange choices. Even for someone like you, I've wondered why you're so accommodating and pull this fool. Pity I didn't receive the same treatment. Oh well, excuse my rambling. Are you here for another survival lesson? You shrug. Excellent. No shame in preparing for the absolute worst. 36 hours have passed. Have no food. What happens? For starters, your brain stops craving glucose. But there's a good reason for that. Your guts have begun shrinking, and your livers have transformed fatty acids into chemical compounds called ketone bodies. Have I lost you already? There's a book on the bookshelf that can explain all of this. Anyways, ketone bodies mimic glucose for the brain and provide about 2/3 of the energy needed to function. Sounds pretty great, right? Oh my, sweet summer child. Using ketone bodies gradually acidifies your blood, which can lead to ketoacidosis. Ketoacidosis is common in diabetics, but how do you know if you have ketoacidosis? Well, a large amount of acetone is released in your urine and respiratory system. Your breath will smell something like fingernail polish. Are you sure? It smells like. I can't remember. No knows the smell now. But looking at your face, I bet your breath smells much worse. If only the trumpets had something nice to say about you. Here, have another recipe card. You love potatoes recipe. I personally wouldn't make it. But you have a taste for things like this, don't you? You don't argue. Let's talk again, shall we? I won't be leaving here. Far too dangerous to go exploring right now. We shut the drawer and call everyone together for a meeting. Anatoly, you okay, little guy? Anatoly looks pale, like he's going to pass out. Anatoly, have you made a decision? Yes. I'll help you all out. I promise. Thank you, Anatoly. Big tears roll down Gregor's cheeks. I'll miss you, big guy. I'll miss you, little guy. Thank you, Anatoly. I know this wasn't easy, but it's for the best. Karen, yes? Gregor looks at you expectantly. Did you want to say anything to Anatoly? You say nothing. Aye. Goodbye, Anatoly. Goodbye, everyone. Good luck, little guy. Anatoly has left the cabin. And that's, children, how you get fresh meat. See you soon, little guy. I guess all we can do now is wait. Good night. Wait for the food tomorrow. That strange meat that we have eaten. Karen goes to the bathroom to sleep. I didn't tell him the truth. Gregor is getting choked up. I didn't tell him. Missing him already. Gregor curls up on the couch for the night, turning his back to you. You shut your eyes, quickly falling asleep. You hear a scraping from the floor. The trumpets again? See? It's Brad this time. Found you. Ha ha ha. You explained how it isn't a good time right now. This is no laughing matter. I'm worried about Gregor. He's a soulless tree but dumb as a brick. What's the root of that? Ha ha ha. Another cold brick and classic. You're being very unpopular right now. That's a tree reference, get it? Ha ha ha. Anyways, you need to protect Gregor from the red-haired woman. Cabbage called an emergency trumpet meeting and told me to give you this mission. Watch out for that knife and protect Gregor at all costs. Understood? No. Does everyone look like a snack to you? Ha ha ha. I'm not giving you a choice on this. Let's try that again. Protect Gregor at all costs. No. Oh fuck. He's asking again. Say nothing? You're fooling nobody with that act. You've never had hearing loss. Let's go with a non-verbal answer, right? Protect Gregor at all costs. Sure. You're not. Ha ha ha. It's the east you can do, right? You tell Brad that pun didn't make sense. Ha ha ha. On a roll today. See you around. Brad hops away, squeezing himself through the mouse hole with a small pop. You fall asleep, thinking about that Brad told you. You have a strange dream. It's lying on the table in front of you. You take off the glasses first, partially cracked, and set them down next to the workbench. Working the saw, you wrap the cuts in an old newspaper. Some of it gets soggy immediately, so you begin drying the cuts with a towel before wrapping. Much better. You hear something approaching, so you clench your fists and get ready to strike whatever's coming for you. You wake in a cold sweat. Oh, more meat it is. You wake in a completely different place. Did you sleepwalk or? You found some meat. Oh, another piece of mysterious meat. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. I know where this is going. They want meat and we provide. I don't know whether the hunger is in our brain or we are completely aware that we killed one of our friends. I don't know whether if the main character killed Anatolian Maria or they are dead when they are found. But yeah, I think it must have been Karen that killed them. Oh well. At least I'm the cook and I'll be the last to die. It's turning right into my stomach. Okay then, please don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys for the next part in the next video. Bye!